So Chris Paul is a Warrior and Jordan Poole is a Wizard. Today has been another weird day in the NBA. So if somehow you didn't notice, today Chris Paul got traded from the Wizards to the Warriors for Jordan Poole, a 2030 first round pick, a 2027 second round pick, and a young point guard in Ryan Rollins. This trade really came out of nowhere because in all honesty, I did not think Chris Paul was going to get traded. I just thought he was going to get waived, and I thought he was going to go to one of the two LA teams. If you told me a team in Cali was going to get Chris Paul, I would have assumed it would be the Clippers or the Lakers. Definitely not the Warriors. It would probably be the last team I would expect, but they got Chris Paul. All right, so from the Wizards' point of view, I really like this trade. You get Jordan Poole, Ryan Rollins, a 2030 protected first round pick, and a 2027 second round pick for a guy in Chris Paul who many believed you were going to waive. You get value back from a guy that you really weren't supposed to get value back for. He was just supposed to be someone you bring in just to cut him, just so the contracts match between him and Bradley Beal. And also looking back at that Bradley Beal trade, since more specifics have come out about the picks, they did their thing in that trade too. But specifically talking about this trade, I really like it. And not just for the picks, even though I do like the picks, it's the young players you get in return. Taking a swing on a guy like Jordan Poole is something that as a rebuilding team, you can do because you're not trying to win basketball games. You're just not. You're just trying to go out there and develop and see what type of young talent you have. And for a guy like Jordan Poole, I think it will be really good for him to get a fresh start. Things with him in Golden State really didn't end well. I mean, it started off with him getting punched in the face, and the dude who did it received little to no consequences for his actions. And then you have a terrible, rough postseason where you're unplayable at times because of your defense, and when your shot's not falling, it's bad. And it looks really bad because you take terrible shots. So maybe him going to Washington will finally give him a chance to really learn and grow. There are some people out there, and this is just in life, that need to go through it themselves to realize that they can't go about doing things like this. And maybe for him to go to Washington and find out that maybe my brand of basketball isn't that conducive to winning, maybe I should change it. Maybe this will be the thing for him. And even if it's not, it would just be fun to go see Jordan Poole put up 30 plus shots a night and average 25 points, because I feel like that is definitely what's going to happen in that first year. Now, to the Warriors' point of view. I honestly do not understand this trade for the Warriors, because the thing with acquiring Chris Paul is that he doesn't exactly fit your team or really fit your team's needs. The thing with Chris Paul is you're just adding yet another point guard that can't really play defense and defend. And that's not a slight against Chris Paul. It's just that he is a smaller guard who is also getting up there in age. He's like 38, 39 years old. So you're asking a lot for him to go out there and play high quality defense for you. But that's the reason you just gave up Jordan Poole. And also to me, it kind of shocked me that you would even do this trade, considering that if this is how bad Jordan Poole's trade value is, why do you even make this deal? And it seems like they've been hell-bent on getting Chris Paul for about a few days now, given that reports have come out that the Warriors offered this same trade package to the Suns for Chris Paul, but instead they just went to the Bradley Beal trade, which for the Suns, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. Bradley Beal is just a better player. Now, Chris Paul also doesn't really fit with how you play basketball. The Warriors are really a free-flowing team with a lot of ball movement and a lot of movement. Chris Paul doesn't fit that at all to me. Chris Paul is a pound, pass kind of guy. He is, to me, a pass-first ball hog, which is a guy who dribbles the ball, holds the rock until somebody gets open so he can get the assist. That is just how Chris Paul plays basketball. He really controls the pace of the game. And with the Warriors, that's not how they play. Like I said, they're free-flowing and high-paced. So I think it's really interesting. It will be really interesting to see how Chris Paul kind of meshes with that. Because to me, that's where he kind of collides and bumps heads with what the Warriors do. But he does solve an issue, which is a secondary playmaking option, because the Warriors last season didn't really have anybody outside of Stephen Curry who could create a shot at all or create for other people. So giving Stephen Curry that will help him to a certain extent, and honestly will probably help him a good deal. But then it's like, how healthy will Chris Paul be? Chris Paul is only getting older. We've seen in these past few playoff runs that once you get deep into the playoff run, or not even deep, to the second round, that's when you get nervous that Chris Paul is going to be out for the rest of the year, given just how his body is and how it's holding up, given how long he's played in the league, and also just his size. And also, like, is he going to be okay with coming off the bench? Because in my mind, there is no way I'm starting Chris Paul and Stephen Curry together. I don't know how well they're going to play together defensively. And I think personally, with the amount of high quality and high end guards in your conference, the Jamal Murrays, the John Morants, Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kyrie, you cannot start both of those dudes and Klay Thompson and feel confident that you're going to hold a team under 120 points. I'm being serious. That's just how I feel. Shoot, De'Aaron Fox was giving him the work, was giving the Warriors the work before they decided to put Andrew Wiggins on him and he broke a finger in the shooting hand. But yeah, I am very interested to see how this kind of gels because I've seen reports, and it was from Chris Haynes, but it's that the Warriors are not going to waive Chris Paul and they're willing to build a relationship in trying to achieve and get another ring. So I'm really interested to see how this works out for the Warriors. I love what the Wizards did. Like, the Wizards won this trade for me big time. Like, if I had to give grades, the Wizards would get an A and the Warriors would get like a C, borderline D+. Given that Jordan Poole's trade value is so low that you had to attach picks and a young piece for aging point guard who I think doesn't really fit your team. But all in all, that is how I feel about the Chris Paul trade to the Warriors. Please, in the comments down below, tell me how you feel and just let me know. And remember, please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. I love y'all. I'm probably going to do a video about the NBA draft, and if I feel like it, I'll do a video about Kristaps Porzingis, because I actually did make a video, but then the trade went through, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up and it was back on, but now Marcus Smart's on the Grizzlies, so I couldn't release my video. But anyway, I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.